Right now we have a fascinating person, Linda Caine from Zimbabwe.
Yes.
So you're here now. You live here.
Yes, we live here now. We've been here for just over 20 years.
20
actually,
years.
25 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you do certain kinds of art.
I do. I have a studio at Fresno Art Hub, and that's Fresno Art Hub. It's not Art Hop. People often
Art
get
Hub.
it confused. Yes.
Art Hub, H-U-B, Art Hub.
That's right. And it was called that because Diane, who owns it, wanted it to be a hub of creativity, and she's achieved that. If you want to do any class on from clay to oil painting, there are classes. And I actually paint, and I do calligraphy, and I teach calligraphy.
Now, do you do the art at the Art Hub, or you have your own studio?
Both.
Okay.
Yes, both actually. And I actually never went to art college or anything. I was born and raised in the country that is now called Zimbabwe in Africa, and there were no colleges there in my day. This is going back, gosh, 55, 60
Especially
years.
in an art college, or specializing in art or something like that.
So I just loved painting and drawing what I saw, from a blade of grass to an elephant, and so I practiced doing that.
So some of your art reflects Africa, I think.
It definitely
my
does.
favorite. I saw it when we were setting up the show. My favorite one, I'll tell you when we get there. You probably know it.
Okay.
Is there an interesting story how you got from Zimbabwe to Fresno?
Well, it was a war. Zimbabwe it used to be Rhodesia, and there was a terrible war, and my husband is an attorney who was trying to get people who'd been detained without trial either brought to trial or released. And when you fight governments in Africa, it can get difficult, so we had to leave.
Difficult. They don't have habeas corpus over there.
No. No.
Can we go into your art?
Yes, absolutely.
And we're first looking at, are these paintings? Or?
These are paintings and pastel and charcoal, and this one is one I did for my father. It's a bird called hoopoe, a bird in Africa that he loved, and then zebra sunset. And these have all been in acrylic.
Acrylic, okay.
Yeah, this is acrylic.
Is this my favorite one, or is it another one?
It could be the zebra.
Go back one if you can there, Michael. You're going kind of fast. These are fascinating.
Yes.
This is painting, which means you take your free hand and you're making these lines that are absolutely perfect.
Absolutely. And as far as the zebra is concerned, what I love is there's no shading in that. It's only lines, and the lines give the shape of the zebra.
Yeah.
And horses are my love as well. This is a charcoal, and both of them. And these are horses that are born black, but by the time they are old, they turn white. They're beautiful.
Are they a certain kind of horse?
Lipizzaner.
Oh, Lipizzaner.
Mainly, yes.
We say Lipizzaner here.
Okay.
So
They add an ER in England. This is a copy, an unfinished copy. The men in my family all want me to finish it, but it's of Frank Frazetta's Silver Warrior. And I did it in oils. It was the last oil painting I did because I was in England and I didn't have a studio, so I stank the house out with the oil.
paint, yeah.
Yes.
I don't. Okay, well, I'm going to talk to you about what acrylics are later, but
Okay.
what else do we have here?
This is going on to calligraphy
We're going
now.
kind of faster, Michael. Slow down.
Sorry.
This is an art in itself.
This is an art in itself, and when I first did calligraphy, I hated it. It was so slow, and I put my pens away, then I found them a couple of years later and started again.
And how did you learn it? Did you learn it on your own?
Yes, I did.
Having the right pen is important.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, it definitely is. And it's lovely. To me, it's an art form as well, because I can combine it with some of with the painting or an illustration. That one that's up with the sunset was an extremely difficult one to do, because I had to centralize everything I was doing to fit it into the moon, and if it hadn't been central, it would have.
Well, let me ask you this: if it's not too
the sunset,
personal,
should I say?
Not too personal. Do you get almost through it and have to start over sometimes? Or?
Oh yes,
Okay.
Yes, because you're concentrating so much on the words sometimes that you don't realize that on each letter, should I say, that you don't realize that you've made a spelling mistake.
Oh my God! So you'll scrap it and start over.
Yes,
That happens. Okay.
it's terrible. Or you smudge it.
Yeah. Now this is a Chinese symbol?
Yes, it is. It's Chinese, and again, I find them just so expressive. To me, that's an art form in itself. So I love doing words.
Courage and happiness.
Yep. Now, in Africa, again, I only saw my first television when I was 14, which was a blessing.
Yeah.
So I read the hallway of...
Read.
Yeah, the hallway of our home was floor-to-ceiling books.
Peace, tranquility.
Yep. And I grew to love words and their meanings, which is why
And these are the Chinese characters.
Yes, they are. Yeah.
And do Japanese use the same characters sometimes?
Very similar.
Yeah.
Very similar. And this is just different ways of presenting them, putting a few of them horizontally and then vertically. And then sometimes people need to see how to display them. So these are just suggestions.
Is this something else?
It's how to display them,
how to
basically.
display the calligraphy.
Just displaying.
You probably would be surprised to hear I can't see that far to see what's going on there sometimes.
I can barely see it.
One of my possessions I have in my collection of so much stuff. I was in Japan and I had what do you call the name tag place card with my name on it, and I've saved that to this day. It's just beautiful. It's a work of art.
Yes.
It has my name. I hope it says my name on it. I don't know.
It is. It is. It's beautiful. Oops. Now we've gone on to photography. Is this the first or the second
come back
one?
to us for a second, Michael. We're going to talk about the calligraphy and the. Where would we see your calligraphy if we wanted to see it? Do you do shows?
I do shows, but I also have my studio, which is open by appointment, and I teach calligraphy there. I teach beginning calligraphy.
People can come in and learn some of this. So.
Yes. What I've done is, instead of teaching a specific alphabet, I get writing samples from the people, and depending on how they write, I put them onto the alphabet that they will find easiest. If your writing is vertical, I put you onto foundational hand, and if it's slanted, I put you onto italic. And I find that doing that enables them to get good results quicker,
they
which
can get
encourages
going faster. They can be doing calligraphy
exactly.
faster. So.
Yes.
Now, so I didn't mean to go through them so fast, but we had first was the acrylic work. What is acrylic? Is that, it's not oil, you clean up with water?
With water, yes. It's water-based, which is wonderful because you don't have to use the turpentine, but the difference is the oil paints you can go over, whereas the acrylic dries very fast.
Very fast.
Yes, so that is the main difference between the two.
Could be good sometimes.
It could be good sometimes, but then if you want to go over it, it's difficult because the acrylic is sort of plasticizes.
I was going to say, is it plastic? It
yes,
looks so vivid sometimes.
It is. It's beautiful.
Know what that was. Okay, so you do acrylic, you do calligraphy,
yes,
where you teach people to learn this, and you do photography, which I kind of got stuck on these a little bit earlier today because they're so beautiful.
Oh, I love this was one of the best gifts my husband has given me. We were in Venice, and I loved the windows. And each of them, if I can just talk you through them, this particular one, they're all reflect. Well, the first one was not a reflection; it was just the window. This, and then this one is the reflection, and then the next one.
Are these all Venice?
These are all Venice. And this next one that's come up, some people, I've asked them to let me know what they think this is in the window, and some people think it's newspapers piled up. Are we still on the one with the...
Yeah.
Okay.
And the one on the right there.
The one on the right. Some people think it's newspapers, but it's actually a reflection of the water,
water.
In the window. So then
it's
it
like
looks
something stacked in there,
exactly,
a hoarder or something.
But it's actually, then people think it's a room full of water. But it's beautiful.
So this next one, these are colors you see in Italy a lot.
Yes, just beautiful. And then the one coming up is... I think was stunning because on either side at the bottom you'll see there are tiny pots, and then the ivy has grown on the bars, and it's beautiful. And what I've done is I've mounted the photographs onto wood, and then the next photograph will show how I display them just going up the stairs.
Is this at your home or studio?
At my home, yes. Yeah. And then the one coming up is just 4 different views also that I've mounted on the wood.
The art isn't just the picture, it's the mounting and how it's displayed.
Exactly,
it's also
and then I varnish it on. But to get those, my husband followed me around for a whole morning because we were there with his brother and wife, and I was getting very irritating taking photographs the whole time. So my husband said he would just follow me around for a morning so I could photograph these windows.
Yeah. It's being on the ground in Italy or in Venice is the way to go.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Take pictures, things like that.
Yes.
We are running out of time fast, so is there something you want us to know, like how they could study with you, how they could reach you, where they could see your art, what your website is?
Oh, absolutely. I'm hoping some of that information will be put up. Yes, there it is. You can email me. Always the best way to reach me is by email, and that's LindaCaineStudio@gmail.com. At the moment, my website is www.LindaCaine.com, but that is actually mainly to do with my writing, and I'm separating the...
And you're an author.
I'm an author as well.
And we're going to have you back to talk about that, right?
Yes.
On our author show, which is on every Thursday at 11 a.m.
Yes, I look forward to it.
I'm on that.
Thank you.
If you want to learn more about Linda Caine, go to her website, which is, again?
LindaCaine.com.
LindaCaine.com. Go to LindaCaine.com. All this is on the website, right?
Yes.
The pictures, the acrylics, the photos.
Well, the website is going to take you to my new one, which I'm developing at the moment, which will be LindaCaineStudio.com.
LindaCaineStudio.com.
Yes.
If you can't find Linda Caine, call me. I'll put you in touch with her. Thank you for coming and sharing this. Sorry it was so rushed, and sorry Athena's not here, but she's calling me just now saying, hold Linda Caine. She didn't say that, but she will want to talk to you in person. We're going to be back with more Mike and Athena Live right after this.